Jade Cargill.
Bianca's partner and friend.
Hey, we need some help! Hey, we need better!
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey guys, we here at the locker room. We'll talk about Jade Cargill career in AEW and now WWE. Let's get the lights as we come into the locker room. Starts ring scandal here.
AEW, so we'll see we'll see what she has to say in that interview with Bootleg Cav. So get that for you guys in a second.
How hard is it to juggle being a mom, being a wife, having all this other stuff going on, while also being on the road, while also, you're the premier talent on the female side.
It's a lot. It's a lot. We get home on Thursdays, majority of the time. And my daughter, who's 5, the first thing she does is want to play with me. And I'm like, baby girl, please, let me just take a nap. I've been up since 4 and I had to get on this flight right after. I probably got maybe 30 minutes of sleep, if anything. And thankfully I have a husband who played in sports, who understands the grind and the fact that I need a break and I need to relax. I got home this week, he set me up with a massage and everything like that. He does stuff like that because he understands how much it is as far as taxing on your body and on your mental and just a fan base. And if they don't like you or whatever. So, and the fact that I have a spouse who's not in wrestling helps a lot, because only if I want to get away from the fan base or anything like that, and negative attention, I could just put my phone down.
Yeah.
That's all I have to do. And he can care less. He's like, you want to talk about wrestling? Nope. Okay, let's talk about, what do you want to talk about?
Right.
And I appreciate that. So it's a lot. I couldn't imagine having more than one child right now.
Yeah.
I want more children. But right now it's hell no. It's no way I could do it. But it's a lot. It's a lot.
You said that you were hanging out with CM Punk quite a bit.
Yes, at Comic-Con.
What was something that you learned from Punk? Because he's my all-time favorite. I love Punk.
Just stand on what you believe, and don't be a pushover. And I admired that, because coming into the business and being new, a lot of people, it's you have to almost shrink yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
And I know who I am again, and I lived several lives. I've lived real life, and just because I didn't want to do this all my life, or because I didn't put in the time, I refuse to let anybody look at me less than. And I refuse for anybody to treat me anything different, because outside of these lines, I'm a human freaking being, and you're not going to treat me like anything else. So I'm not saying that anyone treated me any type of way. I'm just saying
I admire that, Jade Cargill. That's right. Stand up for yourself. Do not let nobody take over. I'm glad she's not a pushover or someone that just seemed nice and just let you take advantage of her. So I admire that. So with that being said, you get an awesome for that, Jade Cargill. Get awesome for that.
And I'm awesome!
wrestling.
You hear about that in wrestling.
Yeah, of course, especially on the indies. And
sure.
I'm not familiar with the indies at all, but I'm not going to be walked over. And I refuse for you to because I'm Jade Cargill, and outside of these lines, I'm Jade Cargill. So I'm not going to let you address me anything less. So the fact that he told me to stand on what I believe and don't be a pushover, that stuck with me. He's a great guy.
How crazy was Backstage the night that Punk did that press conference with Tony Khan sitting next to him, and shit hit the fan? And it was I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I have no idea. So I wasn't there.
Okay.
I had already left the stadium. I had already left. Right after my match, I left. I was like, all right, I'm out, guys. And so I heard about it just like the rest of the world at the same time.
Yeah.
It was pretty shocking. But
and I saw that look that Tony Khan gave him,
yeah. But I mean, I don't know. From my opinion, Punk's a great guy. He's been nothing but nice to the women's locker room. He talks to me, tells me his experience again at Comic-Con. We got really close because he was my tag mate in the interviews, and I learned so much from him and so much knowledge in the industry. And again, he's, been in 2 different companies, and
of course,
he can do whatever the hell he wants to do. So he doesn't need it.
Right.
He does it because he loves it.
Yeah.
And that to me speaks to me because I don't need it.
Yeah.
I do it because I love it and I appreciate people like that.
How did Mark Henry discover you?
We had a mutual friend named Kelsey, and she asked me jokingly. Well, she was serious.
Because he's obviously a legendary bodybuilder.
Yeah.
He was the world's strongest man.
Yeah, and his friend Kelsey, our mutual friend, is a bodybuilder, and she jokingly asked me about it. But she was serious. I was joking about it, and I was like, wrestling. I haven't watched wrestling since I was 14 years old.
Right.
We're talking about wrestling, and she was like, yeah. So she had a serious face, serious tone, and I said, okay, well, let me try this out. I'll do it. And she was like, okay, well, I really know a Hall of Famer named Mark Henry, and he can get you into a tryout. And I went to a tryout, and it lit a fire under my butt, and I never wanted to let it go since then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, what up? We got to stop the interview real quick to tell you about our family over at MyBookie. That's right. With lots of thousands the Cowboys by using the promo code.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's fun. I
up with that new account $1 right now. Sign up somehow in a ring at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
In some way in my life, I'll get fucked if I get famous enough where I could just go out there and get fucked up. Like they pull me
really
out.
You want to do that?
I'll be like front row and I get pulled over and I gotta take a bump or get thrown through a fucking table.
Really?
Please.
Oh my gosh, you sound like me. I can't wait to bleed for the first time, to have a street fight and the shot of the blood just go oozing through my face and my hair, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to get a new wig when I go to the airport. But yeah, I know. I can't wait. And
AEW's, they've had some bloody moments so far.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty. So whenever I have my first street fight, I mean, if I allow them to even touch me, then I can't wait, because I'm gonna I'm excited. That sounds wild though, but that sounds just as wild as you saying you want to go through a table.
Oh yeah, I would love to get put through a table.
That's wild.
Even if it's by a master jobber like Dolph Ziggler or somebody.
You want to go through a table regardless.
Whatever, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe you
let's
can put
see
me
what
through a
happens.
table one day.
Yeah, maybe if I can't touch men
I'll wear
like that. I
little
wish
Bow Wow
I could.
shirt.
Oh my gosh, that guy.
Greatest rapper of all time.
Who?
What's his real name?
I don't know.
Shad Moss. T Moss, bruh.
I don't even know who
What
that is.
Okay. So help me.
Yeah.
So this Bow Wow thing, right?
Yeah.
How much of the Bow Wow thing was storyline? He's obviously a very small guy.
Very.
He's kind of small and round now. The 30s have hit him, just like they hit me.
He didn't look that. I mean, he doesn't look round at all. I think he just fills out in the face a little. But other than, I think that's a trick.
Too.
Yeah,
I think we're the same
it's a
age.
trick.
So.
Yeah, it's a trick.
But yeah, so obviously the Bow Wow thing was all over shade. It was everywhere. So
yeah.
How much of that was because break down the Bow Wow storyline and was it mostly some storyline shit on TV or what happened?
I don't know what happened with it.
Yeah.
Something was supposed to happen. It didn't happen, and we moved on from the situation.
Did you ever listen to him?
Growing up, I did. I think everybody did, but I was more of a Romeo fan.
Really?
I was more of a Romeo fan. I liked Bow Wow and then Romeo.
They both kind of ran 106 in Park. As a kid,
I watched kind of, but I played basketball, so I was out at practice when that came on. When did that come on? 7?
Something like that. Yeah.
7.
For
yeah.
an AJ,
yeah.
Yeah. How do you compare the basketball grind to the wrestling grind? Which one's harder? Because you played you played Division 1 and you played overseas. So
yeah. Me being overseas, that's why I was done with it, because women didn't make that much money, and so I quit because of that. And also, it was just, I felt like I was missing out on all my friends and them living life, and they couldn't visit me all the time because they had jobs. So I was like, this is great and all, I'm experiencing life and traveling, but I want to go back home and be with my friends.
Yeah,
and
even
family.
if the peak of being a female basketball player is the WNBA, financially, that's not that fucking great.
If they made as much as the men, I would be out there shooting
even if they
right
made
now.
20% of it.
Nothing. 1% I think makes who makes the most money? I don't know. I think Donna Taurasi. Yeah, I think she does, but she doesn't make more than I'm just gonna throw a crazy number out there than $12 million.
No, she don't. I don't. I honestly think she makes $200,000 a year.
You're lying.
I swear to God, I don't think it's that much.
You're lying. See, that's so. And I understand.
Well, listen, there's a reason why.
And
listen, shout out to Brittany Griner. Glad she's home. There's a reason why she had to go to Russia to play.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these. So overseas, a lot of these leagues, they lock you in to where they give you a contract that says, hey, I want you to stay here in Tel Aviv and not play in the WNBA because of the season. Mm-hmm. So they'll do that, but they'll pay you way more over there. And depending, if you're in Monaco, it's tax free.
Yeah.
So, I mean, overseas is where it's at when it comes to women making money as far as basketball. But, you're missing out on like home life. That's the only thing that sucks about it.
You have to have an insane level of unhealthy fans in terms of like
Step on me fans.
Some of the weird shit they say to you.
Yeah.
I can only imagine your DMs they could probably be a dark place every once in a while.
Yeah. Whoa, I used to get those kind of pictures all the time. And I think because now I post my family a little more and my spouse, they kind of like back off more so. But you know, people like that dominatrix stuff. So
yeah, I just feel like I just feel like men are very creepy.
They can be. Oh, wrestling. Come on, wrestling fans are.
And I was gonna say,
all
then
right.
you throw into the mix.
Okay, there's a great
male wrestling fans.
Yeah.
And there's a whole fucking just.
Yeah.
God bless them. I'm a male wrestling fan. I mean, I'm married and I get laid, but like a lot of them don't.
So you're admitting that you're weird. You said earlier you were weird.
No, I'm a normal. I'm like of the minority of the people who watch wrestling.
Okay.
But you know, there's a lot of those guys.
Yeah. I get a lot, but in person, they get afraid.
Yeah.